Coming into Saturday's matchup with number 3 Mary Hardin-Baylor, the Louisiana College Wildcats knew that history was not on their side. In 15 previous meetings with this team, the Wildcats had never gotten a victory, and making things even tougher this year, the fact that the Wildcats are a bit of a young team and a team that has had some injuries at key positions, especially wide receiver. That trend would continue this game, impacting somewhat at least the outcome of the game, but also potentially the season moving forward.
Dog, these people coming here expecting us to lay down in our house. This is our house. First play of the game, we punching in his mouth and keep punching. Don't wait for no retaliation. We gonna keep punching, keep punching, keep punching. Let's go.
And the emotions certainly running high for the big freshman Rayvon Williams and the Wildcats as they prepare to take the field to take on the crew of Mary Hardin-Baylor. And the captains for the Wildcats in this game, a couple of the senior defensive linemen, Joey Gyro and Otis Chatham, getting a chance to see who will get the ball first.
What is your call?
Take some head.
Call his head. Call his head. It is a tail. We want to toss.
Defer to the second head.
Defer their option.
We'll take it.
22 go, we're going to audible.
And with the crew getting the ball first, it means Chris Boniel's special teams will have to get down the field on their coverage.
We here today, baby. Hey, Spring, tell them. We here today, baby.
But for all that emotion, the inescapable fact is that this is the crew of Mary Hardin-Baylor, and the Wildcats have struggled against this team year in and year out. No different on the opening kickoff, Marcus Wimby setting a tone the Wildcats would see throughout the afternoon. Mary Hardin-Baylor taking that good field position off the kickoff return, and quarterback Zach Anderson finding Wimby, who does more damage already in the game with 2 big plays. That one sets up a field goal that gives the crew the early 3-0 lead off the foot of Jacob O'Neal. Meanwhile, for the Wildcats offense, it was a struggle all afternoon. Only 1 first down in the first quarter, and that would not come here. The first drive ending in a 3-and-out when Easton Melanson cannot connect with Jake Dunbar. Following the punt, looks like the crew will score their second touchdown of the game when Waikia Walker takes the pass from Blake Jackson, and it looks to be a 35-yard touchdown, but illegal motion on the play will call that one back, and the crew would end up having to punt it away themselves.
Let's go. Trips left on, dive right.
Coach Dennis Dunn looking to get the ball to the American Southwest Conference rushing leader at the moment, that being Orrin Cooksey coming off a 181-yard game, but Haston Adams and the crew defense rising up again, and again the Wildcats forced to punt.
Go Johnny, go Johnny! Settle.
Though Anderson will get the crew into prime scoring position again, the Wildcat defense, led by Mike Collins on this play, rising up to force another field goal. This time O'Neal's kick from 34 yards will make the score 6-0. So the Wildcat defense keeping it close for now. Unfortunately, the same could not be said for the LC offense, continuing to struggle. Melanson trying to make something happen here, throwing against the grain. He's going to be intercepted by Matt Cody. He takes it down to the Louisiana College 15-yard line. A big turnover at that point, one that hurt the Wildcats' momentum. That's because on the next play after the interception, Anderson finding Denarius Thomas, easy touchdown from 19 yards out. And the Wildcat defense, despite playing fairly well in the first quarter, still finding the team down 13-0 heading to the second. Even so, that Wildcat defense not deterred. Check out this play when Ryan DeMatti, a sophomore linebacker, just crunching Anderson on the sack. DeMatti and Rudy Johnson getting some increased playing time in this game, with Oral Lede Jr., who's been one of the Wildcats' top performers on defense, out with an apparent concussion. Meanwhile, the Wildcat offense trying to find its rhythm. Things looking good here when Cooksey picking up 11 yards in the first down. However, that play called back on a penalty, and even worse, Jake Dunbar, the senior receiver, leaves the game with an apparent separated shoulder. Jake, who's always battled injuries, the latest to go down for a Wildcat core that has already lost Shed Davis and Farron Jones for the year. So that means opportunities for sophomores like DJ Latino, the big catch here. But as happened many times in the first half, this drive will also end in disappointment when Melanson is sacked by Tedrick Smith and Haston again, and the Wildcats forced to punt it away. In the first half, Anderson providing much of the offense for Mary Hardin-Baylor, not only with his arm, but with his legs. A 36-yard touchdown run here, and the extra point, opening up now a 20-0 lead for the Crew. Next possession, Anderson doing it with his arm as the touchdown pass, 13 yards to Waikia Walker, and the Crew now leading at 27-0, heading into the locker room. LC struggling for sure offensively with only 97 yards as compared to 267 for Mary Hardin-Baylor. To the second half now, early third quarter. Anderson looking for and finding Lynn Gillum. He takes it for 55 yards down to the Wildcats' 7-yard line. 2 plays later, Dwayne Thompson will take it in on the handoff from 1 yard out, and the Crew lead just continuing to grow, now 34-0. At this point, things starting to go from bad to worse for the Wildcats when Melanson, sacked here by John Isom, falling hard on that left shoulder. He'd remain in the game for the moment, but later would leave the game with his shoulder in a sling, determined to possibly be a sprained shoulder. Meanwhile, the Crew offense continuing to roll, just big Malcolm Miller, all 235 pounds of him. Darian Springfield tried to tackle him. All he gets out of that is a trip to the sideline. Wildcats now trailing 41-0. And those sidelines starting to look more like a mash unit as both Dunbar and Melanson already there. It means DeAndre Joseph, the sophomore quarterback, getting his second opportunity to play this season and using his footwork to get out of a potential sack. And just before the end of the quarter, the Crew putting together one last scoring drive. Blake Jackson from 16 yards out. That makes the score 48-0, heading to the fourth. And as we head to that fourth quarter, very first play, Brett Silv, 55-yard touchdown run. Wildcats finally getting on the board. More than anything, just showing that these young guys not planning to give up despite the scoreboard. The Crew's final touchdown of the game comes in pretty fashion here. Sterling Scott, nice spin move to get into the open field, and he does the rest, taking it 74 yards for the touchdown, making that final margin of 54-6.
They play great defense, extremely good in the kicking game, and then they don't get themselves beaten on offense, and that's why they're where they are. So they've built a great defense, great program, and you know, no shocker today in terms of what they were able to do on defense, and we just got to keep playing. We got a lot of football left to play. Got 4 good weeks left, and I fully expect our guys to continue to battle. At some point, these babies are going to grow up, and one of these days we're going to knock that giant off the mountain. We're going to get them. I mean, we're going to keep. We know they're the measuring stick, and they continue to be who they are. But we're going to get there. We are. We're going to keep fighting and keep battling and keep working, and at some point we're going to be where they are.
And the schedule gets no easier nor shorter for the Wildcats next week, as they'll take a more than 600-mile journey to take on Kentucky Wesleyan, a Division II team. Reporting from Wildcat Stadium, I'm Quartemont for Wildcats Media and D3Football.com.